Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I have reached financial independence and I talk about topics to help others on their pathway to financial independence. And today I want to talk about margin investing and particularly the power that it could create for you, and most particularly for young persons who may be doing their investing. I had never been a person who used debt. I paid off my house early, paid off my cars early, have no credit card debt, never had. I was always extremely adverse to the idea of debt until this year, because I started learning about margin investing, and it was intriguing to me to the point where I wanted to try to run an experiment on margin investing just to see about it. So I have borrowed $100,000 from Robinhood in a margin account, and the this is an experiment for me. And the person that I think this might make the biggest difference for is someone young who has a lot of life left in their career, so that if some market crash happened, then they have time to recover. Um, and for me, $100,000 is just a small fraction of my investment account. So even if I lost $100,000, I would still be fine. This is just kind of a play strategy to me. And basically, in a nutshell, the margin interest that I pay to Robinhood is 4.5%, and I bought oil pipelines with that funding that we're paying on average 8.5% of passive dividends. Actually, it's return on capital because I bought master limited partnerships. So basically, I clear 4 to 5% dividends every year because of this margin investing strategy. So as long as the economy doesn't fall apart completely, just the passive income alone over about a 10-year time frame should completely earn that $100,000 back to me. And over the past year where I've invested, the pipelines increased. So I got about a $30,000 capital gain increase from that 100K that I borrowed. So it's definitely been a profitable experiment thus far. But how would a young person really take this to an extreme, and how would you use it? And I was listening to another YouTube podcaster, and I think his channel is something like Paycheck to Prosperity or Paycheck to something. And basically, what he does is he takes his paycheck as soon as it comes in. It's like 2 grand every paycheck, and I don't know if that's every 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever it is, but he takes that 2 grand and he puts it right into his investment account, and then from that investment account he immediately buys stock with it. And it's not too aggressive. I think he buys some QQQ, maybe some VOO. I think he had some income producing thing, like maybe it was QQQI or maybe it was JEPI or something. And then there was something else. So it was like has an aggressive growth thing, normal S&P 500, and some income stuff. And it was interesting because then he would pay his bills out of his brokerage account. And the interesting thing about this margin account investing is the brokerages will give you more buying power than the dollars that you put in to the stock account in the first place. And this guy kind of went over, he says, over the past year my accounts have actually doubled in value, because of the power of this extra margin investing. And so in the margin account that I have right now, I think I have $43,000 of basis sitting in this margin account at Robinhood, and I have borrowed $100,000 further off of that, and then I still have another $33,000 of buying power still on top of it. So from a starting point of about $44,000, I could basically buy a further $130,000 of stock and have the value of all of that. Like once you buy it, it still sits in your account, and as those securities go up in value, it basically gives you more buying power on top of that. And so I do get monthly margin payment, interest payments, and basically that just adds to the margin borrowing in my account. And as I get dividends, they kind of pay down that margin. But all of the capital gains, they kind of just stick with you in your account. And so This is really intriguing to me what this guy's strategy was, and I wish I had learned it 20 years ago, because I think I would have seriously thought about mimicking the strategy, because it really, because of the leverage that you get um, by uh, by doing the margin strategy, it basically increases the gains that you have and decreases the time to reach financial independence that it might take you. And he kind of gave an example of like buying a house. When you buy a house, you have to put a down payment down, but with that down payment, they'll give you a much larger loan based upon the value of the asset. So, if you put down, say, $20,000 these days, which is like, if, let's say that's a 5% down payment, they might give you a $500,000 loan to buy a big house. And if that house then appreciates in value by $100,000, then your house is worth $600,000, and you can take a HELOC out of that house for that extra $100,000 and go invest it in whatever, even though you originally only paid $20,000, put $20,000 down in your house. So he said it's the same thing with stock investing. You put your principal in, but then you get an asset which then can appreciate, and they'll give you a whole lot more of it. And so, I kind of looked at that with my own margin investing strategy, and it's really kind of the case. I have a $44,000 principal amount that I then use to buy an extra $100,000 of shares, and I still have $33,000 of more buying power on top of that. And so, if those shares increase in value, then right now I have $140,000 of value of stock, and they have appreciated this year. I own energy companies and oil pipelines, and so since January 1st, these things have all gone up really comfortably. So I've gotten a good gain on that. But for a young person, this margin investing strategy, if you just take your paycheck, put the paycheck right into your margin account, buy stock with it, then you'll get more buying power with it, and you can make withdrawals from your account of that same $2,000. You could pull that right back out again to pay your bills with it, but still have more money in your stock account. It's kind of interesting how that works. So, like in my example, I've got $44,000 that I put in, but they gave me $130,000 of buying power. And I think typically you can take out half of your margin. So if I have $33,000 available to me, I could pull $15,000 out of that just with cash, and use it to live on. And so I don't know, it's really intriguing. It's kind of interesting. Now, the guy did say you do want to protect for a downside, and the way that he did that is he would buy some puts to kind of cover the worst case scenario that would happen. And he said, every month I buy a 1 month put. And he says, I buy one put on, I don't know if it was like the QQQ or something, for every $50,000 to $70,000 that he had invested. And a put controls, I think, 100 shares. And he said he bought them out of the money so that they were cheaper. And I think it was like 10 to 20% above or below the price where you are right now. And so, if the market falls, you can get a margin call, which can cause you problems. But this put became insurance, cheap insurance. So if the market fell, by 10 to 20%, then the put would start to become in the money. And then in the worst case scenario, the put would actually become more valuable than the stock losses that he was going to get. So that was his method of limiting the downside risk, because bad things can happen. So you want to make sure you protect from getting a major margin call that could kind of wipe you out. And his put became insurance to do that. So I don't know, really intriguing. It's not a strategy that I need right now in my life, because I have acquired the assets. And like I said, I am running a margin investing strategy just to dink around with it. And thus far, it's been pretty powerful. But for a young person who's trying to get ahead earlier in life, for this guy, he basically projected with his $2,000 salary check, it's going to take him basically 5 years to reach financial independence, because every paycheck, he just puts it right into the stock account, buys stock with it, and then pays his bills right out of the investment account. But overall, the equity continues to grow faster than the money he takes out to live on. So I don't know, look that channel up. There's lots of videos you kind of have to watch to kind of learn it. You kind of need to know stocks, investing, kind of how the system works, but it's worth it if you can get out of the rat race quicker. My engineering job, I was there for 25 years. And if I could have figured out how to get out of there in 10 or 15 years, man, that would have been so powerful to me. Um, I definitely, over the past 5 years, have done really well in my investment accounts that gave me financial freedom. But if I had learned about this sooner, I could have been free sooner. So, I just wanted to kind of give that margin investing strategy or example to you. I am using margin right now on a limited basis. I have $44,000 that gave me $100,000 of buying power. Um, Everything I own in this account pays dividends, and it basically covers the margin interest, maybe just a little bit less on these particular things. I will say be careful with margin accounts at Robinhood because they automatically enable stock lending with your accounts, and your dividends could change from qualified dividends into miscellaneous income, substitute payments. So just kind of know that could happen. I don't like that, or I might do more margin investing with Robinhood. But anyhow, margin's powerful. Now, I also heard that you can call up a brokerage and dicker with them to get their margin rates down. So like Fidelity has a margin base rate of like 12%, which is why I'm not doing this margin investing account at Fidelity. But I've heard you can call them up and say, hey, I want a lower margin rate, and they may actually give you that. So it's worth calling up a broker and asking about that if you want to do a margin strategy. So interesting. Like, subscribe. We'll see you. Bye.